and welcome to a new edition of Colwick area test routes with Nirvana Driving School. It's been a while, it's been a few years since we've done test routes, but we've got some new ones for you, and this is the first in a series of these new test routes. First of all, if you could, if you like the video, if you could hit like button and also subscribe to the channel, that would be great. Okay, so we're going to be taking route from the test centre. That's where we're starting from today, and we'll be using our usual routines of MSPSL and POM. So hopefully you're familiar with those terms. If not, just send us a comment, we can explain them for you. Okay, so I'll be giving a running commentary as to what's happening on the roads as we go. As you can see, it's a bit of a rainy day in Nottingham today, but we'll cope with that because that's what we do as driving instructors and pupils. And so without further ado, we shall get going. So I'll prepare the car. So we're going through the POM routine, so checking around my car, and got the biting point and put the indicator on. Like I said, we're starting from the test centre. We've got our wipers going and just creeping out, keeping on creeping just in case someone's coming from the right. And then we're going through the gates of Colwick Test Centre. Okay, so we're just going around this curve here, very tight curve, out onto the road. So as we get to the end, we check our main mirror and our right mirror, signal right, and look left and right and ahead to make sure nothing is coming. And out we go onto the road. Now, because it's raining, we have to adjust our driving according to the road conditions, and that would mean sometimes a lower speed than you would ordinarily go at for this. We're looking ahead, coming up to the junction, and we're going to be turning left. So checking the main mirror, the left mirror, signal down for left, and then just carefully turning the wheel to the left to point to the left as we enter out into the road. New road, new hazards. So we've got some lorries and trucks on this industrial estate. So I've checked behind me to make sure no one's behind me if I need to slow or stop for these hazards that we find. And a lorry there was overtaking another lorry, so that could have caused me to slow down if I was closer to it. So we're coming up to a roundabout in a bit. I see two cars ahead of me, so they may either stop or go, and I'm looking at them to judge what they're doing in relation to the roundabout, because that will then tell me how busy the roundabout is. And they're moving off. I'm going to be going left, checking main and left mirror, signal left, looking to my right at the roundabout, and then calmly steering about a quarter turn to the left to get the car into the new road. I'll be taking the next road on the right, which is coming up now. So check main mirror, right mirror, signal up for right, gently braking. I'm going to get back down to second gear, having gone into third. I'm going to calmly stop with this passing red Mini, and then keeping the clutch low and going around this lorry in the new road. Check behind me, there's a van that's followed me in, and we're going to go up to the traffic lights and we're going to turn left. I'm going to get back onto my side of the road after having overtaken a few vehicles on the left. I shall be turning left, like I said, so main mirror, left mirror, signal down for left, and gently arrive at my stop. We haven't started the Satnav for this test route yet. That will be done about 10 minutes time, 10-15 minutes time, when we're about halfway through the route. In the meantime, we're looking at the lights. They're still red. They've been red for a while, so they're going to change shortly, I would imagine. So I'm going to go into first gear, and I'm going to set my gas, set the clutch, set my mirrors, and off I go. I'm going to go into second gear straight away so that I don't have to do that while steering. Got a red light here, but that's not for us, that's for other traffic. New road, new mirrors, so we check all three of our mirrors using our MSPSL routine nicely. The lanes are merging, so I've already checked, there's no one behind me. It's a 40-mile-an-hour road. I'm going up the gears progressively. I've now helps the car work a bit more efficiently, and we call that eco-safe driving. I'm going back down the gears quickly because we've got traffic in front of us. I've checked behind me already. I'm just keeping the car slow. We've got green lights ahead. At this distance they could change again, so I'm ready to stop if need be. There are 2 lanes developing. I see brake lights ahead. I'm going to go into the right hand lane because I may need to overtake a few cars as we get through this green light. And that's what lane discipline is. You can use the right hand lane to go straight on if you're overtaking. If you're not overtaking, there's nothing in the left hand lane, then you should use the left hand lane. Now I'm looking at this red car next to me and I'm going to let him go because the lanes are merging ahead. I'll put my left signal on for the car behind me as I check and make sure his speed is slowing so I can slot in nicely in front of him just as the lanes merge. I'm going to check behind me, see how close he is to me. So we've got a bus lane on the left. Now lane discipline suggests that you use the bus lane if it's available, but when we look at the signs, if you can quickly read the sign, pause the video, you'll see that it says at any time, which means that the bus lane cannot be used at any time by normal traffic. There is a little badge on the bus lane sign that says ULEV, ULEV, which is basically ultra low emission vehicle, which is electric vehicles. So you'll find electric cars coming through in that lane. So not only will I be looking for buses, but we're looking for electric cars in that lane while I'm driving alongside that lane, but also crucially when I get to the end of that bus lane and I may have to move left at the end of that bus lane. So I'll be keeping an eye on that lane as we go. I'm looking ahead at the moment and traffic is fairly busy. Traffic tends to bulk up a bit in these rainy conditions. I suppose it's a surprise to most people because it's been sunny for so long and warm for so long. Rain seems to be a strange phenomenon, but here it is finally. So in the rain we obviously keep our distance. The distance should be about 4 seconds in rain. So we're just looking at that. Coming to the end of the bus lane now. I could move left, but there's a bus in it and he could move off at any time, so I'm just going to stay right in the bus lane just in case he was to do that. I'm going straight on at the roundabout, second exit. We're going to second gear for this because I want to keep the car slow on this wet surface. I'm going to check my mirrors and signal left. I've got this car coming up on my left. Lanes are merging just before the bus lane and he's slotting in behind me. You can't see that, but believe me, yeah, he's right behind me. Speed limit is still 40, but obviously we can't do 40 at the moment because 1, because of the rain, and 2, because of the traffic. Coming up to another roundabout. We're going to follow signs now. We're going to follow signs for Grantham. We're going to follow signs for Grantham 852. So we're going to do that, and I'm having looked at the sign, I see that it's straight ahead at the roundabout. I'm going to go to the end, to the left at the end of the bus lane, so checking mirrors, signal, no one's behind me. I'm going to steer to the left, and then that allows traffic to overtake me if they want. I'm going straight ahead because that's where Derby is according to the sign. I'm looking to my right. There's a car to my right. He is blocked off, so I'm going to keep going. There is another car coming around, but I'll be through before he gets to me. Check my mirrors and signal left to leave the roundabout. I'm in second gear. I'm going to go into third gear now. Just glance at the sign. Derby is in the left hand lane. Another sign coming up. It says Derby's to the left at the roundabout ahead. So I'm aiming to stay in this lane for a while and check mirrors as I slow down for the traffic ahead. I've gone down to second gear and I'm lightly on the brake. I'm going to put my clutch down as I slow down below 10 miles an hour, and I'm just going to calmly stop. I'm not going to put the handbrake up because it's a flat road, and I can just check my mirrors and raise the clutch gently and calmly apply the gas, and the car is on the control nicely. Now at this roundabout on approach there are 4 lanes. I'm going to need the far left lane because that's what the sign for Derby says. So checking mirrors, and I'm going to move into the far left lane. I said Derby again, didn't I? I meant Grantham. So we are going to Grantham, not Derby. So we're waiting in this lane, and we'll be bearing left at Lady Bay roundabout. So we're just checking our mirrors and waiting. Lights are changing, and I'm going to first set my gas. So I look behind me, and then I'm keeping the clutch steady because traffic is slow to move off. And I'm into second gear as soon as possible, so the car can move nicely around this bend. We're going to the second exit, which is this road ahead of me. The road to the right, a flag to the right, which is telling us that Grantham is this way. There's going to be a sign on the left for Grantham, which is in the left-hand lane, which goes left. There's a pedestrian on the left. Make sure he doesn't step out in front of me. I'm going to keep the car slow because anyone in the right-hand lane might dart into my lane because they suddenly want to go to Grantham instead of Derby. So we'll just stay slow. We've got multiple hazards, and when we have multiple hazards like this car cutting through in traffic, enterprise car, we just want to stay as slow as possible to mitigate all these hazards. Now I've got a bit of space and vision. The light is changing ahead. It's a left only lane, so I don't need my signal. Now I've spotted something in the new road. There's bunching traffic round the corner. So that tells me that when I go around the corner, I won't be going very quickly because traffic is piling up around there. Now this traffic light has 4 lights on it, and you can probably guess what the bottom light is as it comes on. Now it is a green arrow. So now I'm going to check my mirrors and go left, keeping the clutch steady as I go around, joining this queue of traffic and stopping there. This might be a bit of a wait, bit of a stop-go action. So we're looking up the road, looking up over Lady Bay Bridge. It's crawling. So we're waiting, we're looking. I'll look around me because when you're stationary, you want to see what's coming around. It could be pedestrian wanting to run across the road, it could be a cyclist. So we want to keep aware, keep our eyes peeled in the mirrors, and also looking ahead and to the side, checking all windows, all mirrors if we can. And this is going to call for a bit of clutch control. I'm going uphill. I don't want the car to go fast, but I do want to keep it moving. So to stop it going too fast, you can probably hear the engine. I'm just keeping the clutch low to stop the car going faster than I want. Yes, I'm just dipping the clutch and keeping the car slow. We're at 5 miles an hour and just rolling up, climbing up, creeping up as we follow the car in front. Now, I'm not really focused on the car in front in terms of anticipation. I want to look further ahead if I can to see what's in front of him, so that I can kind of prepare for when he's either going to be going or slowing. I'll check my mirrors for bikes that will filter through, and then just as I say that, there is a motorbike coming up, and he's probably going to come around me. I'm going to check my left mirror, see if there are any cyclists on the left, and I'm going to move left just to allow for him to come round us if he does that. So I'll be glancing in that mirror more than normal just to see when he's going to pass us. He's edging round, he's coming round, he's looking at oncoming traffic. That's why he's taking his time, because oncoming traffic is a bit close to him and he wants to stay on his side of the road for the moment. Meanwhile, I'm also looking ahead, keeping the distance to the car in front so I can get as much vision as I can of the road ahead. Be mindful that this is what the roads can be like. They're not always free moving, so at low pace it's just as important to check around you as at, you know, normal pace of 30 miles an hour. So we're just crawling in traffic. Rain is still coming. It's light, but it is there. Motorbike man has disappeared behind the car behind me, but I know he'll reappear at some point, and he's doing just that. He's in and out, he's in and out. The other thing you might want to look for when you're in traffic is ambulances and other emergency vehicles trying to get through. They might not necessarily have their sirens on, just blue flashing lights. So you always want to be mindful of what could be coming up between traffic from behind. or even ahead for that matter. Could be emergency vehicles trying to get through ahead, and we might have to move to the left to kind of make space for them as best we could. It might be a bit difficult along the bridge, but as we get off the bridge, the road should widen, and we could make space as much as possible, make the car as small as possible. If that ever happens to you, try not to go on the curb to make way, because that creates a hazard for anyone that might be on the pavement. Just get yourself as close to the curb as possible, and look for who's behind you and see if the emergency vehicle can pass, and if not, then choose another spot that they can pass at, but don't go on the pavement unless absolutely necessary. Now the motorbike comes past me. There he is. He finally got by, and that's because the road widened, just as we were talking about it. So he's on his way. Be good to be a motorbike right about now in this traffic. So we're rolling and going down the other side of the bridge. Just going to go into neutral for a bit, because now I've got more vision. I can see that traffic's not moving much at all. So we'll just look around us, see if there are any cyclists that might come around us, or more motorbikes. Just looking ahead, see that traffic is moving. Like I said, I'm not really watching the car dead in front of me, because that doesn't tell me what traffic is doing. I'm looking several cars ahead, several vehicles ahead, to see how fast the queue of traffic is moving, because that will influence how quickly I get ready to get the car to move. I'm also looking at the gradient now. I don't have to use as much clutch control because it's downhill, so for the most part I'll be using my brake rather than my gas to get up one side of the bridge. Going down the other side of the bridge, it's just brake, and then if the car gets below 5 miles an hour, then I shall put my clutch down and roll. So we talk about control. Control is the goal. In other words, always have control of your car at all times, whether you're at low pace or high pace. So I've just put my clutch down, obviously, because I've had to stop. I'm on the brake, and what I'm assessing now is whether traffic's going to move in a bit, because if it's not, then I might just put my handbrake on. So I'm not going to put my handbrake on, because I can see someone moving ahead, I think. Yeah, let's roll a bit. So I know there's some roadworks around the corner, so that's probably adding to the traffic. Check some mirrors as we go. Rolling now, we're at 7 miles an hour. Still in first gear. And we're assessing the road. Bends are very useful for assessing what's happening with traffic, because you can get more vision of the road ahead on them, and if you couple that with staying backwards, you can amplify your vision a bit to see what's happening. So someone's just gone round me on the outside, saw him in my right hand mirror. He's turning right, thought he might be going further on to get around cars. Some people do that around here. So I'll keep checking my right for more overtakers, because the road is very wide now, and now there's a right turn lane, a right turn box if you like, for Scarrington Road on the right. We're next to Nottingham Forest Stadium at the moment, so someone's gone in there. So we'll check our mirrors now. We're going to second gear now, and I'm going to go into the right hand lane. Mirrors, signal, and well, as it turns out, we're going into right hand lane regardless, because there are now cones on the left for the left hand lane. So everybody's going right. And that will explain why traffic's a bit slower, because we're down to one lane. Couldn't see that before. just waiting. We've got some traffic lights ahead. So where there's roadworks, there's going to be men in the road working. So one man there putting some cones back in the truck, which suggests that this lane is probably going to open up shortly. So I'm going to get going. The lights are green. Gas, clutch, check the mirrors. He's going to his van. Yep, the lane is open after the van. I'm going to put my foot down now. Let's see if we can get through these lights. Car ahead is turning left. I'm going to keep going. The lights went amber, but we were through. We were too close to stop. An amber light, a solid amber light, means stop if it's safe to do so. And it was not safe to do so because I was pretty much at the line when the amber light came on. So I kept going, having checked behind me. So we're down to one lane again. It's a 30-mile-an-hour road. We're cruising in the direction of Grantham. So we've got a triangular sign on left. You can probably see what that says. We've got another triangular sign as well, which means junction to the left. And it's a triangle because it's a warning us of the junction ahead. As we slow down, no one behind me at the moment. They've all disappeared now that the roadworks have gone as well. So we're slow at this junction. Mini man in front is letting white car out, probably going to let blue van through as well, so I'm just staying back. I was ready for that. I'll check mirrors and go again into second gear. And that's part of anticipating what might happen ahead. It's a busy junction. People tend to let other cars through at that junction. I'm going to be taking the next road on the right, so I'm going to check my main mirror, right mirror. I'm going to signal up for right. We've got what we call the 2 o'clock arrows because they point ahead and right. I'm going into this box. Van man's decided to come out in front of me. I was slow anyway, no problem. Okay, I'll put my signal on again just to tell people I'm going right. It's a 20-mile-an-hour road. You can probably just see the sign hoving into view. And we've got a van coming through. I'm just going to gently pause here to allow him space. And then he's got all his space that he needs. He flashes his lights to say thank you very much. I gave him a wave. I don't flash lights because you're not really supposed to flash lights. I know it's a nice thing to do, but the real meaning of flashing lights is the same as the horn, to let people know you're there. I've got a grey car on the right. He's a hazard because he's moving off, he or she. I tend to say he a lot, which is not fair to females, but you get the idea. I'm just spotting my hazards and dealing with the hazards. Now we've got another sign. We've got a couple of signs. We've got a give way sign. We've got a 30-mile-an-hour sign, so I know the road ahead is 30. We are going straight ahead at this junction. I've come to the give way line, put the handbrake up, and straight away get my gas ready. I'm going to go check the left, right, and ahead. Across we go into the new road. Now someone's just pulled out into the road, and it just means that it's a bit tight now. I'm going to just pause here. Just as well, we had a bit of space, otherwise might get a little stuck. Check all 3 mirrors. There's a red car behind me. Pedestrians on the right. I'm spotting these hazards. I'm spotting the ones that are most likely to make me slow down and stop. And then there's one that just pops out between the cars, so that's why I'm staying slow, because he's probably getting into the cab on the right. I'll stay slow here. Even though it's a 30-mile-an-hour road, we talk about appropriate speed, keeping the car slow when we've got too many hazards or we haven't got enough space or vision. So got a junction on the right. I'm still in second gear. Another junction on the right, and we're on a bend, coming up to a bend. I'm looking around the corner and just seeing what it's like. I'm going to stop in a safe place on the left, check my mirrors, signal, come into the curb safely. Very low speed, the clutch is down. We're just going to roll the car into place like so, gently on the brake, and then stop. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set the Satnav to go for about 20 minutes. So give me a few seconds while I set that up. So a couple of clicks and we should be getting going. So here we are. So your normal test route will always be in a loop, and so this route that I've just selected on the Satnav is going to take us back to the test centre. Alright, because we are about halfway through this test route. So now you'll hear a voice from the Satnav basically telling us where to go. Alright, so I'll be listening to Satnav person as well as navigating the road. Now it's always important to know that
you will arrive at your destination at 2:33 p.m.
As she's reliably informed me, that's when I'm going to arrive, just after 2:30. It's important to know that MSPSL, the routine that I mentioned at the beginning, is more important than following the Satnav. In other words, safety is more important. So never swerve or dive into another lane because you think you're missing your turn. It's more important to go safely or stay safe and legal rather than trying to follow the route turn for turn. Obviously that's the aim of the exercise, but it's secondary to safety. Okay, so on your test you may find that the examiner does set the Satnav about halfway through at some point, or he does it at the beginning of the test. Either or. These days the Satnav can run for the duration of the test, or it's following signs for the duration, or it's going to be a mixture. Today we're doing a mixture. I'm going to prepare the car now, so gas, clutch, I'm going to check around me, 6-point check as normal. We're currently in West Bridgford. Put the signal on. I've seen a car ahead of me now, and I'm just going to cancel the signal, let him come all the way down, because I can't really see anywhere viable for me to get to before that car gets to me, so I'm just going to stay here. And that's what forward planning is about. Okay, so because some time has elapsed since I saw that car, I'm going to start the routine again. So gas, clutch, I'm going to put my rear windscreen wiper on, check around, I'm going to put the signal on, handbrake down, quick blind spot check to the right, keep the clutch steady so that I can control the car going around the parked car on the left and the van on the right, which is sticking out next to the tree. And then getting through this bit, check all 3 mirrors, and I'm going to go into second gear.
After 100 yards, turn left, Buckfast Way.
Okay, so we're turning left. I'm going to check my main mirror, my left mirror, and a signal down for left. And I'm looking
turn
into
left.
the road. I'm going to gently brake. Can't see into the road yet. I'm going to steer about half a turn, just over half a turn of the wheel. We're in the new road. I'm going to put the wipers up again. Checking mirrors. It's still a 30-mile-an-hour road. I'm going to go into third gear. Now there was a grey 20 sign shortly, you probably spotted that, but it's grey, it's not red. In other words, it's advisory, it's not mandatory, and it's usually found around schools. It's clearly not school time, so we can go at 30 if it's safe to do so. You see there's a cancellation of the grey 20 on the right. So yeah, if it was advisory, then it would end there. Check mirrors, and we're going to go a little faster. We've got a lot of space and vision ahead of us, so we're going to go, we're at currently 26 miles an hour. Red car on the right. I'm thinking to myself, that car could move off, could turn around in the road, we don't know. Meanwhile, there's a car visible to the right. He could pull out in front of me, but he's turning this way, so should stay on his side of the road. Might have gone wide, so that's also a consideration. We've got bus stops around here, so we know that buses, I could encounter a bus or two. So I'm checking around me, and I'm just looking at the road ahead. I'm looking particularly for buses coming the other way because they all take up more space on
After
these
200
residential
yards,
roads.
turn right, Brocklet Road.
Okay, so it's telling me to turn right in 200 yards. We're coming up to a corner, so I imagine that the right turn is just round the corner. I've gone down to second gear to slow the car down as I look round this bend.
Turn right.
Oh look, there's a bus, right, so I'm going to stop right here to give him all that space. Look how far he comes out. Yeah, he's struggling because of that parked vehicle. So I'm way back to give him all the space he needs to come out safely. And he's going to stop on his side there. I'm going to check my mirrors. I'm going to go through. I'm not sure I can fit through there, so I'm just going to roll and pause. And hopefully he's going to move off straight away. He does. So check mirrors. I'm just going to steer half a turn keeping our clutch nice and low, no problem. Go around black vehicle, mirrors, signal poking back to the left so I can get space and vision into the road, Brockley Road, keeping the clutch low as I turn sharply, one full turn to get into this road, and then off we go. It's all about safety, keeping the car slow when it's necessary, and then speeding up when necessary, making progress along the road.
At the end of the road,
needed.
turn right, then, at the end of the road, turn left.
So the Satnav is saying turn right then left. I check my mirrors.
Turn right, Davis Road, then, at the end of the road,
Signal.
turn left.
And I'm going to just gently pause at the giveaway line, looking right and left, and then off we go. Now as we go around, you can probably see this stop sign.
Turn left, A6011,
So
Radcliffe
stop
Road.
signs mean exactly what they say. They mean stop, even if the road to the right is clear as you arrive at the line. You have to stop fully, put your handbrake up, and then go. Never just roll over the line. It's not a giveaway line where you could do that if nothing was coming. You have to stop for oncoming traffic, or even if there's no traffic, and then assess and then go. Never just roll over a stop line without having stopped. Okay. So now the rain is steady coming. Now you might ask yourself, or maybe I'll ask you, what sort of things should we be doing in rain with our car? We've got the wipers going. Should we have anything else going? Yeah. So we could put our dipped headlights on. I haven't put them on only because I think I've got enough vision here and people can see me. It's not quite as dark as it's not dark enough for dipped headlights. Yeah. So bus man's in front of me. I'm checking my mirrors. I've seen him. I'm slowing down. I've gone into second gear. Second gear is always a good gear to be in, to slow and then go immediately rather than stop it. Yeah. So check mirrors and then back into third gear. No one's at the crossing. If someone was standing there, I would expect the light to change.
After 800 yards, keep right.
So the Satnav has said keep right in 800 yards. So I'm glancing at the Satnav. It's now down to 600 yards already. And I'm looking at the blue line, which tracks the road ahead for the Satnav.
After 400 yards, keep right.
Okay, it's telling me to keep right. Now, whenever the Satnav says keep right, it means the road ahead is going to fork. In other words, split into two. So we want to keep to the right-hand arm of that split. So I've got some white lines here. The road is widening. I'm going to keep close to the white lines on the right because I want to be there when the road finally splits. Okay, so here it is. There's a split. 2 lanes to the left,
Right.
2 lanes to the right. We check mirrors and slow. Second gear, we've got a queue of cars at the lights. I'm just going to stay in the left-hand lane just in case cars in the right-hand lane are turning right. That means I will get stuck. But if they are continuing to go, I might go into the right-hand lane. Someone else has beat me to it. That's fine. He's going at very fast speed. Check mirrors into second gear. No problem. We'll just stay here. Rain is intensifying. The lights have changed. So I just want to make sure I can make it across the junction. Doesn't look like I can, so I'm stopping here. Wasn't sure I could clear the yellow box, you see, so I've stopped at the light just to make, it looks, traffic looks built up quite a bit on the other side of the junction. Okay, so checking right mirror, traffic to the left will start moving, there it goes. And then it should be us next. So I'll count to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to go into first gear now, giving traffic time to stop moving. The counting doesn't always work, but if you get in that habit, you're always trying to anticipate when the lights are changing. Now traffic is emptying to the left. That's usually when lights start to change. I'll check my mirrors and I'll check them again repeatedly as we get ready to go. Gas, clutch, and off we go. Black van next to me is off like a rocket. Got a blue car to my right as well. He's going to probably try and overtake me. Or should. Alright, the lanes, there's still 2 lanes here until the bend. I'm going to keep left until the bend. I'm not going to straddle lanes. A lot of people tend to straddle lanes to kind of keep people behind them, but you should keep left until the lanes merge, which is here, just on the bend. You've got that hatched area in the middle accompanying the right turn box. So we've got some blue skies ahead. It's still raining though, so I must be under a cloud, but it does mean that maybe we'll get some let up in the rain, which would be nice. Okay, and we've got the same again, going back up over Lady Bay Bridge. So there's a queue, gas and clutch, mirrors, going to be stop start again. I'm staying back once again just to anticipate how fast traffic's actually moving. It's okay to leave a bit of a gap because, as we said, it just gives you that space, it gives you that vision. Nothing wrong with that. The examiner will be very happy with you to do that, because it means you're exercising forward planning and not just hanging on to the tail or the bumper of the vehicle in front, where you won't necessarily be able to see much. Yeah? So we'll check behind us and we'll come up nice and slow. Now as the road straightens out, I'm going to see less and less, so I'm going to keep back from the black truck ahead. I can't see much, but I'd rather be here than right up behind it. So checking mirrors, going into second gear again, gauging the speed of the vehicle in front. If it was a smaller vehicle, I could probably see ahead of him, but that's fine. Now at this point,
after 200 yards, turn right, A6011, Meadow Lane, then go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A612, Daleside Road.
Okay, so the Satnav in short has basically
turn right,
said,
then go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
Yeah, it's basically said turn right and right again. So I've taken the right hand lane of these 3 lanes because I know I'm going to end up in the right hand lane around the corner to turn right again at the roundabout around the corner. So that's why I am staying here. Again, that's forward planning. If you listen carefully to the Satnav, it will tell you. Sometimes the examiner might actually give you a steer as well and tell you what lane to get into. He might tell you to get into the right hand lane because he's aware of where the route is going and he doesn't want you to have to struggle to get back into the right hand lane around the corner. So I just held back there because of the large van on the left. Well, large-ish, it's bigger than me. He would have taken up a bit of space.
Go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit, A612, Daleside Road.
So we're taking the 4th exit at the roundabout, and that's going to be the exit for Southwell, or Southwell as they say in Nottingham. So checking some mirrors and slow down, looking ahead. There's a queue of traffic
go right on the roundabout and take the 4th exit.
So yeah, we're going to the 4th exit. It's told us a few times now. So I guess we're going to the 4th exit. As I said, the examiner might actually tell you that you're going, the 4th exit is for Southwell, so you might be inclined to follow some signs as well as the Satnav so that you get round to where you're supposed to go on the roundabout. So we're waiting at these red lights. When you have a red light, we call red light for insight, so it gives you a chance to sit, look, watch what's happening. The lights are changing, looking for any motorbikes and stuff. Got a large lorry behind us, so I'm going to be very careful with my stopping when I slow again. Traffic lights on the hill are just going to green, so traffic will be slow moving off. Just carefully going round. The road markings will be a bit hard to see, especially in rain. When that happens, just look at the traffic ahead and look for the nearest curb you can find and stick close to that if you're on the left. Gently steering around the outside of this roundabout. Okay, careful not to go into the lane next to me. You see a silver car's just overtaken me on the right. Didn't want to cut into his lane as I steered. So it's only about a quarter turn plus another quarter as you get close to the roundabout, close to the curb I should say, to stay in your lane. Never
after 300
oversteer.
yards, cross the roundabout and take the 2nd exit.
So the Satnav said go straight ahead, 2nd exit at the roundabout. I'm keeping slow. It's a 40 mile an hour road, but traffic's quite slow, so I just stay
Cross the roundabout
slow.
and take the second exit.
So mirrors slow. I'm changing down to second gear now. Gently brake. I can't see to my right. Let's have a look to the right. Van man, where are you going? He's blocked off anyway, so I'm into second gear straight away. And then mirrors signal down for left, just to tell people I'm going left. And then mirrors and signal right, because I have to avoid a bus lane straight away. But I stayed left while I was checking my mirrors. Never steer and signal. It's always check mirrors, signal, then steer, in that order. Okay, so that you don't surprise the vehicle next to you in that lane. So we've got a bus
After
lane ahead of
300
us.
yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A612, Daleside Road East.
Currently at 32 miles an hour. The Satnav has said go to the second exit. I'm going to go to the end of the bus lane and move left. So
Cross the
mirrors,
roundabout
signal,
and take
move
the
left
second
for
exit.
lane discipline. Going to the second exit. Right, the Satnav said we're going round. We can do this in third gear. I'm going to check my mirrors. Don't really need a signal because this lane only goes this way on this roundabout because of all the road markings. Now, checking my mirrors, there's another bus lane. I'm going to check my main mirror, my right mirror, signal out for right, keeping straight, then steer. Alright, so you've got to watch your hands. It's easy to check your mirrors and your hands start moving. Got to boss your hands about. Okay, I often say hands are like children. If you don't watch them, they'll do what they like. So you've got to keep a hold of your positioning. That's all part of MSPSL. So that you keep safe and legal, regardless of what the Satnav says, yeah? Remember, it's all about safety first, Satnav second. So we're following the road ahead, going along the Colwick Road now. Currently at 39 miles an hour, which is just under 40 mile an hour speed limit. Got a nice distance to the vehicles in front, so it just means I can plan
After half a
for
mile,
what's happening
turn
ahead.
right, Mile End Road.
So glance at the Satnav, it says half a mile to our right turn. It's just told me that audibly as well. So I know that I'm going to be turning right shortly. So checking mirrors, lorry man is coming up behind me. I'm also looking ahead. I spot a 30 mile an hour sign as the road gets a bit more urbanized and residentialized, if that's a word. So mirrors are slow into third gear. No one in the bus lane. Just wanted to glance there, see if there are any electric vehicles or buses. One eye on the crossing, nothing happening with that, still green. I could move left into the left-hand lane after the end of the bus lane,
After
but because
300 yards,
I'm turning
turn right, Mile End Road.
I'm going to stay in this lane. Okay, got a keep clear box here, so you can pretty clear as to what you do with keep clear boxes. Don't drive into them. And don't stop in them, I should say. You can drive into them as long as you're coming out again. So mirrors and go again, second gear again. Second gear is a good gear to be in, and you should be in second gear as soon as possible whenever you're moving. Okay, so it's preparing the car, just getting into second gear.
Turn right, Mile End Road.
So you probably spotted the right only arrow. I'm turning right. I don't need a signal because it's right only. You've got a right arrow on the traffic light, which is a filter light, so we can go. Traffic ahead would have been on a red light, opposing traffic that is. Going to go into third gear. As we check behind us in the new road, going to go around the corner, and then you might be asked to stop on the left in a safe place. So I'm looking for a safe place to stop. I think I'll stop here. I've checked my mirrors and I've slowed down. No need to have a knee-jerk reaction in terms of the instruction to stop on the left. Okay, when you stop on the left, you should always check ahead and then stop on the left where you think somewhere's safe. Don't just swerve to the left at the earliest opportunity, because that might not be a safe place. Check ahead, scan back, we say. And I checked ahead and I saw that this was a nice spot to stop. Okay, got another learner car in front. I could have stopped at the bit of curb further ahead, but this looked like a nicer place to stop because it's a longer curb. Okay, so I'm going to move off now. So clutch down, first gear, gas on, clutch up, and then check around. You can probably hear the engine whirring away. I'm going to put the signal on because there is a car behind me. He's overtaking. I'm going to put the handbrake down and I'm going to check my right blind spot just in case there was something on my right blind spot. Van coming ahead. I can overtake red car before van gets to me. I'm checking my left mirror just in case there was a cyclist slipping on the inside of us. Stayed slow because van was past me just as I'm passing these parked cars. Check mirrors and I'm going to speed up. Now you'll see that there's a 30 sign ahead, suggesting that it's not 30 at the moment. It is in fact a 30-mile-an-hour road all the way through, but for one reason or another they tend to repeat the 30 sign here, possibly because people go too fast on this road. But we're at 29 miles an hour, so we're not going too fast. I spotted a hazard ahead, you can probably see it, man and van. So I'm slowing because the
after
lorry
300
is in my way.
yards, go straight on
assessed
road
the
number
width of the
3,
road and I
then
can
cross
pass
the
the
roundabout
lorry.
and take the 3rd exit.
Okay, so it's telling me to go to the 3rd exit at the roundabout. So let's do that. We're coming to the end of the test route now. So I'm checking behind me.
Go straight on, then cross the roundabout and take the 3rd exit.
Right, you'll notice the Satnav repeats itself quite a bit. So if you missed the instruction the first time, you can probably catch it a second or third time.
After 100 yards, cross the roundabout and take the 3rd exit,
So,
road number 3.
there is
Then
signal.
you have reached your destination.
Second gear, I'm going to the right. I can go before silver car gets to us. Alright, and round we go, keeping carefully, holding the steering, making sure that we don't oversteer for the roundabout. We get round to the 3rd exit. We're going back to the test centre now. And we're checking our mirrors as we have a new hazard in the new road. We're on an industrial estate, as I said before earlier.
After 100 yards, you have reached your destination.
I'm just going to stop here because I didn't really like the speed of that lorry coming the other way, and they drive quite fast here, so I just wait. You've got a cyclist, I can probably get ahead before he gets to me, so I'm fine with that. It's the lorry behind him I'm really watching. Mirrors and back in.
You have reached your destination.
So Satnav says we've reached our destination, which is a bit short of the test centre. Test centre is where the big trees are on the right. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to turn right for the test centre. So mirrors, signal, second gear, checking ahead, getting to our point of turn, and then sharp turn in to the new road. I'm not going to go all the way up to the test centre, which is at the other end of the road. I'm just going to pull over here, just in this little spot here on the left, because I don't want to get in the way of any tests that might be going on right about now. So, and I think this is a time when tests might be going out, 2:35 or just gone 2:35 p.m. So I'm just pulling over here. Okay, so hopefully you've enjoyed that and learnt something on this test route that we've done together. All right, as I said, if you can like the video and subscribe to the channel, that will be good. And you can look forward to more test routes, new test routes that will be coming onto the channel in the coming weeks. And thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Post any questions or comments in the comments section below. Thank you.